Today, the U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments over whether or not former President Donald Trump is immune from federal prosecution over acts taken while in office. The questions raised sit at the center of the special counsel's criminal election interference case against the former president. Here's NBC's Laura Jarrett.
Tonight, the U.S. Supreme Court weighing a monumental question that will decide whether the former president goes to trial for plotting to overturn the last election and win.
I think that the Supreme Court has a very important argument before it today.
Mr. Trump hoping to persuade the justices to find him immune from federal charges. His lawyers arguing the office of the presidency would be completely hobbled without that protection.
Without presidential immunity from criminal prosecution, there can be no presidency as we know it.
The special counsel's office indicted Mr. Trump on conspiracy and obstruction charges last year for his efforts to cling to power, accusing the likely GOP nominee of pressuring state officials to reverse the election results. Actions DOJ argues were for purely personal gain and cannot be shielded from prosecution.
There is no immunity that is in the Constitution unless this court creates it today.
The conservatives expressing concern if future presidents have no immunity for actions taken while in the White House. That could open the door to recriminations between political rivals.
Will that not lead us into a cycle that destabilizes the functioning of our country as a democracy?
The liberal justices troubled by the prospect of insulating presidents from accountability, raising a series of dark hypotheticals to underscore the consequences of adopting Mr. Trump's position.
If a president sells nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary, is that immune? How about if a president orders the military to stage a coup? That sure sounds bad, doesn't it?
I'm trying to understand what the disincentive is from turning the Oval Office into, the seat of criminal activity in this country.
The fallout over efforts to subvert the election results in 2020 stretching beyond Washington. In Arizona, a grand jury indicted several members of Mr. Trump's inner circle Wednesday, accusing them of falsely awarding the state's electoral votes to Mr. Trump, despite his loss to President Biden. The sending of phony slates of pro-Trump electors to Congress to disrupt the election certification on January 6 looming large at the High Court today as well, as the justices look to determine the line between a political candidate's actions taken for personal gain from a president's official conduct that could be immune from prosecution.